Hello, everybody. Al here, hoping that this new audio setup works way better than, well, the last one. So today I came across a user, I'm assuming her name is Kate, but she posted something in the relationship advice section of Reddit, and just the title alone really caught me and drew me in. I've kind of bounced around a couple of the sentences that she has written. I haven't read the whole thing yet, but I'm going to go ahead and do a deep dive on this. The title that drew me in, and I'll explain why it drew me in, is I got ghosted by someone I've been with for 5 months, then got accused of cheating with black guys because he's insecure, racist POS. So the reason that just completely drew me in is at what point in the 5 months did you truly know he was insecure? The reality is that this didn't just come about out of nowhere. And the second point was, it is what is the context behind the so-called black guys that he's talking about? That doesn't necessarily automatically make him a racist, but more power to you for thinking whatever it is that you want to think. So that's just the title. She begins with a single sentence saying, "This is going to be all over the place, so bear with her." So getting into it, she, 21-year-old female, has been ghosted by someone. And I noticed that she doesn't say her boyfriend, her fiance, anything like that. She just refers to him as someone. And this someone is a 29-year-old male. She says that he's somebody that she actually cares about and has tried hard to keep around because she actually cares about them. And he ghosted her after 5 months. So she's fairly emotional because the way that it's written is it's not grammatically on par with what I would like things to be, but again, she's probably very emotional about what's happening. So she goes on to say they were talking about buying a body wand the other week, and she bought it. He agreed to go halves with her on it. The toy came in the mail, and he had no interest at all. Like, he will talk to me all day, and then when he comes time for me to pick him up, he ghosts me like a child. So I'm not really sure if okay, yeah, I'm looking ahead. I was gonna say I don't know if she gets into why it is that she, the 21-year-old, has to pick him, the 29-year-old, up, but I just looked ahead and she does cover that in the next paragraph. Second of all, he's ghosting her multiple times. She says that he did this 3 days in a row. He ghosted her 3 days in a row. That's not exactly how you ghost someone. Ghosting somebody is when you ghost them once and then you're just done with the relationship. You don't acknowledge it anymore. The fact that there was still multiple instances of contact, I think that she's, again, just very emotional about what's happened that we'll get into. And she's not able to fully think straight about it. Moving on. He doesn't have a car. So that's why she's picking him up. He lives with his mom. He's 29 years old and works at a bar as a line cook. Well, it sounds like you picked yourself a real winner 5 months ago. She lives alone. The poster. She lives alone in a one-bedroom one bathroom, small apartment, and she works at Walgreens. They're both working at the current time with everything going on in the world. Specific words that I'm not able to say. I don't wish to anger any of the overarching YouTube people. So neither of them are bothered by the issues going on in the world. So they're able to live their lives fine. They're able to go grocery shopping. They're able to go to work, and neither one of them worry about what's happening. So this is the first big issue that they've had in her mind. Is he ghosted her 3 times in a row, and it all started with buying a marital aid, as some would refer to it as, that body wand. So she goes on to say, I feel that he is not over his ex who cheated on him all the time when they lived together, hence his hatred towards black people, because she's a skank who cheated on him with a bunch of black guys, and that's what she's collected. He has a deep hatred for really anybody who isn't white, which is kind of huge yikes, because white people aren't that great, but whatever, I digress. Okay, wait. He has a deep hatred for really anyone who isn't white, which is kind of a huge yikes, because white people aren't that great, but whatever, I digress. So if I'm reading that right, then Kate, the poster here, I think she's a POS too, based on the way she worded that. So he is accusing her of doing exactly what it was that supposedly, allegedly, whatever word you want to use, that his ex did to him. So one thing to note in the field of psychology is a lot of things happen in cycles. So he never truly got over that event that happened in his past, and he never addressed it within his own mind. So either he is going to find somebody else to date who is going to do that same thing to him, or he is just going to project that onto her. Another thing to note is it's not uncommon for one person to accuse their significant other of cheating on them when it's actually them who is the cheater. They project everything that they are doing onto their significant other. But now I digress. Moving on. She goes on to say, he's accused me now of sleeping around when believe she's definitely unmobile. Her grammar is not on par for a 21-year-old. Definitely didn't go to college, but hey, she's a worker at Walgreens. A very important, essential worker. It looks like she's saying that he's accusing her of sleeping around and he won't believe anything that she says. His attitude is enough to deal with. So he's got a big attitude problem. A lot of people do, especially given the way the world is right now. She then throws in, men are already idiots. Again, I'm starting to think you yourself, Mrs. Kate, are a POS as well. So she goes on to say, I don't need to deal with more than one at a time. She's been dodging people who are nicer than him, just simply because at the end of the day, they aren't my man, and they have no reason to be associating with me if they aren't my BF, or man, or whatever. That is a horrible way to look at life. Absolutely horrible. The fact that you can't even associate with other men because they are not your man, whatever. So, she says that this bothers her. Good, it should. I just explained why it should. Well, I didn't explain it, I just placed a lot of emphasis on it. She says, oh, okay, this is where we get into the cycles that I was talking about. She has been cheated on too. And something weird is going on. So remember how I just said usually it's not uncommon when one person accuses their significant other of cheating, that it's actually the accuser who is the one who's cheating. That's kind of the feeling I was getting with this, and I'm glad that she brought up that she herself was cheated on, because it shows that she has likely once again completed this exact same cycle. And she found a guy who, as I suspected, is cheating on her. He very likely is, and he likely cheated on his ex as well. Again, I digress, since that's the word she likes to use. Whatever. She goes on to say, communication is key, and you really don't realize how little effort it takes to send one text saying, hey, I can't see you tonight, or some BS. This is a 29-year-old man who lives at home with mommy, with serious mommy issues, who can't even communicate his feelings, and I feel like I have gotten my time wasted. I'm no longer hurt, just angry. He avoids me. I did nothing wrong. I cooked for him. I let him stay over. I screwed around with him. The specific word she used, I will not use. She says she doesn't know what she did wrong, and he can't give her a real answer, so she's tired of it. Okay, well, good. If you're tired of it, why are you even posting? Just move on. Do the ghosting to him. So, 29-year-old man who lives at home with his mother. There's some issues going on there. Maybe it could be explained that the world itself is just in a very complicated time right now, but maybe he's been at home with his mom the entire time. She doesn't say anything about his dad. She places a lot of emphasis on his mom, and she does refer to her as his mommy. So the tone is already very she's coming at this with anger, with frustration, just from the not referring to the mother as the mother, but rather as the mommy. So she's kind of just airing out her dirty laundry here. Realistically, she's probably going to move on herself. She says she cares, but I'm not really feeling it. Moving on, she goes on to say, I know you will say leave, which is what is in the very close future. Okay, well, I'm glad we're all in agreement on this. I think we are already done, to be honest, but I don't know what to do. Again, if he's doing everything that you're saying he's doing, even though I don't necessarily agree with the verbiage of you saying he's ghosting you on Monday, and then he's ghosting you on Tuesday, and then he's ghosting you on Wednesday, so that he can spend time with his mommy, whatever. If all that's true, then the fate of this relationship's pretty much already sealed. And if everything you're saying is true, you don't even need an explanation. I say just go, move on. You're done. You sound like you have a better head on your shoulders, even though from the way you talk, I kind of feel like you're a POS too. Maybe the two of you deserve each other. Maybe you don't. I don't know. But it does feel as though mentally You are in a much better place in your life than he is. She continues on. I don't think I should rekindle anything as much as I would love to, because I love him a lot, but he doesn't love me back, and I can't handle that. So this is the heart versus the brain. The heart is like, please, more. I want to get back to where we were, 5 months ago, 4 months ago, whatever. But the brain is like, things aren't going to be getting better anytime soon. We should just cut our losses, move on, and start dating somewhere else. And honestly, you're a 21-year-old female. That's going to be the best option. You have so many years ahead of you. You're going to do just fine. Just stop wording things in such a way that you're going to scare other men off, because they're going to think you're a POS. But I digress. She goes on to say, but how do I even get over this? You get over this by getting under somebody else. Did I just say that? Oh, that's horrible. Why would I say that? It's half true. The way you get over him is by focusing on yourself, and in time, just going out on dates with somebody else. The reality is you spent 5 months of your life with this guy. That is not a lot of time. Knock it off. Download 10 different dating apps and just swipe everything right, or whatever, whichever way is the match. She says she did everything right, or so she thought. She's not the happiest person, and she knows that she takes a toll on other people's mental, sometimes with her attitude, but whatever. She's with him, and she feels happy, which is rare. So this is a very dysfunctional relationship. I'm glad you're out of it. I hope you stay out of it. Don't ever contact this guy again. Just move on. You're done. Seriously. So she knows that she shouldn't rely on anyone for her happiness, which, oh my God, she's clearly very emotional when writing this, because the grammar just makes no sense at all. You shouldn't rely on other people for your happiness. Your happiness is your responsibility. Definitely figure out a therapist in your area who's willing to take on a new client. Talk to them, because you need to figure out how to give yourself permission to be happy, if you will. So, what the hell do I do now? I don't do dating apps. Oh my God, it makes life so much easier. Give them a chance. For every 10 that you find that are bad, you'll find one that's decent. I don't talk to many people as it is, which is by choice, so very antisocial / asocial. I don't know. I love him, but I'm so over being treated like crap for stuff I didn't do. Okay. Ghost him. He's ghosting you. Just move on from the relationship. It's literally as simple as that. She goes on to say, I deserve an explanation. Usually, I just ghost them too and block their numbers. This has gotten under her skin. Help. So you literally just said you used to do all the things that I said you should do, and now, but for some reason this time it's different. Why is it different? Why is he under your skin? Maybe it's because you yourself have never cheated on a boyfriend in your very short dating career / life, and him being much older, he has. It's pretty much as simple as that. That's how you sum it all up. She goes on to say, I will not use a dating app to get over some guy I actually care about, so please don't bother saying do that. Well, shoot, I guess I already screwed that up. uh, so this is just her. She's going around in circles now. She's not going to do a dating app. She also knows she shouldn't be tripping over some insecure guy who is a racist and lives with his mom at 29. The crap happens, and he isn't terrible apart from that. And that's the end. Literally everything you just said that you absolutely don't want to do, guess what? That's literally everything that you need to be doing. Apart from the whole finding a therapist, talking through your issues, and figuring out why you yourself are in relationships with guys who ultimately do things like this to you, or with guys that you lose so much interest in at such a rapid pace that you yourself need to feel, or you yourself feel the need to ghost them. You're putting that into the world, and guess what? The world is sending it back. Figure out why you're unhappy. Talk to a therapist. It's all gonna start there. That's pretty much it.